First of all, I am honored because we've got such talented, light people in this room. So I've got a few questions for you. You know a little bit about me, and I've kind of found out a little bit about you over lunch here. But let's go with some questions that I have, and that is, who would like a little more ease in their life? Just a tad. Okay, we're on to something, huh? All right. Now, who would like to feel like their efforts are really pushing them in the direction that they want their life to be going? The efforts that they're putting out. Who would like to feel that it's really going in the direction that they're going, that they want to be going? Okay, good. Now here's the million-dollar question, but I already know some of you in the room, so but I'm going to ask it anyway. Who here knows in your heart of hearts that we need more light in the world? Right. Well, you're in the right place because I'm going to teach you today some tips that are going to assist you in amping up your intuition and your mission for faster business success. Caveat, we know that if you're going to be moving in the direction of your business, it's also going to impact your personal life. So this mission and this intuition that I'm going to be talking to you about has everything to do with you as a happy, balanced person. Now, you may be wondering, so who is this woman up here? And what is it going to do for me? Maybe you're wondering that. What's in it for me? So my answer to that is that I got where I am now because of the things that I am going to talk to you about. Is anybody interested in how I became a business owner? Well, I was unemployable because I was a sick young lady. By the time I was in elementary school, I was riddled with elusive, non-identifiable health issues. I dropped out of college several times. I was covered with black and blue marks. I was depressed, and I was not functioning. In order for me to go to, when I was in high school, the way I was able to just get out of bed, just get to class, somehow during the day, I honestly don't remember, but I would eat like somewhere between 6 and 10 candy bars because my energy was just not there. So you fast forward to college, and I had to drop out of college several times, as I mentioned before, and this took a toll, not only on my ability to function in the world, but also my sense of self, because I was on the way to being a singer, dancer, actress in New York. I had all kinds of leads and a powerful singing voice and on and on and on and on. So I was the person who had the dream, had the talent, had the vision, had the personality, had the money, had the support, and I didn't have the body. So that hurt on a soul level, deep, deep inside me. But more importantly, it damaged my sense of why am I here in this lifetime? Not, oh, why is this happening to me? I didn't go there. Where I went was, what am I supposed to do with this? So I went on my search, and I studied, and I went into mind, body, spirit, healing, everything that I could find out about, starting in my 20s. And that's when I realized what an intense empath I was, and what a multi-sensory, multi-dimensional psychic intuitive I was, and that I had a natural-born healing ability that impacted people when I would walk into the room. Now, I'm not saying that you guys should feel that here. I'm just telling you where it's been and where I've been. So the path was work on myself, and leave no stone unturned. So here I am now, and what is it that I do? I help free, spiritually driven entrepreneurs and emerging leaders so they overcome any obstacle, and to shepherd their souls so that they build thriving businesses and create exquisite lives for themselves. And I do this as psychic intuitive, a healer, a soul purpose specialist, so that I can teach you to transform yourself, to go from perhaps indecision, confusion, maybe defeat, maybe, what shall I say, floundering in your time management, to being confident, soul aligned, using your intuition to build your business, to bring out your mission, your message, and for you to have a great time doing it all. So that's why I'm here today, is you're all talented. Some of you do your own version of what I do, which is making this even more delicious, because we're onto something, aren't we? And we need to clone ourselves and get ourselves out there. So what I want to just tell you is that there's going to be, even those of you who are seasoned, intuitive healers, people who already have your business down, I believe that if we're in this, since we are in this room together, there may be some things that come up for you. We're having an outside person, aside from your already existing coaches, your already existing teachers, your already existing healers, where you need something else to sort something out, to give you an answer, to reinforce this, to tweak that, to uncover this, to open up a whole other portal. And so I created an offer for you that I'll tell you more about at the end, where you can have some private phone healing time with me. And I am as powerful in person as I am over the phone, so there ain't no time and space when it comes to healing and intuition. And so I'll talk about more of that at the end. The reason I'm saying it now is because as things come up, especially when I go over the tips that I'm going to share with you, I want you to allow your body and your energy to flow, where you say, oh, I already know that, or you don't say, oh, I already know that, or I'm going to shut that down because what's the point? Where am I going to go with this? I'd rather what you do is write it down on your notes. And I have a whole little handout packet for you there. So if you noticed, you've got one sheet that's just for you to take some notes, your takeaways. But it also says at the very bottom, next steps. So my request, my invitation for you is to give yourself the gift that before we complete today, that you write down one thing that you've either been meaning to do, or you don't know how to do, but you really think you ought to do, or that you feel like you're being called to do, and write that down. That's for you, because some things are going to get stirred up here if they haven't already. And I want you to know that that stir is the voice of your soul. So that's that handout. Then underneath that is where we're going to go in the tips in just a minute. And this is my mission-driven marketing statement formula. I am a spiritual business development coach, so that's a no-brainer. But the thing is that when you're working with mission-driven work, there is a way to word how you are focusing on that unique person in front of you. So I'm not going to do a workshop with you here. I obviously don't have the time, but I wanted to give you this so that you can go home and work on it yourself. And then, of course, should you want to meet with me in what I'm calling my Soul Explosion Power Hour, I mean, how great is that? That if you want to discuss that sort of thing with me, we'll just dive right in. Now, the other thing that I have on here is the order form for this. And the reason I'm mentioning that is because, yes, it has the Power Hour on there, but I also am doing a special on the CDs. And here's the thing. This information on the CDs carries an energy. Those of you who are healers in the room, you know exactly what I mean. And that energy has a life of its own. It has an intelligence of its own. So wherever you are in your life at that time, if you feel drawn to any of these CDs, I'll answer questions about it, and that's part of what this order form is. Now we're going to go into the tips. So here's what I'd like you to do. I've got some amazing quotes to give you, and I want you to receive them deep in your heart. So just one moment while I get them out here. And then I think the best way for you to really receive the energies of these quotes is if you're willing to close your eyes. Is that cool to close your eyes? Okay, it's cool in the room. These quotes are from real leaders. You're going to recognize all their names. And I've chosen these quotes because they talk about intuition and purpose the way I would like to open the door and invite you to go deeper into your own sense of that for yourself. So, are you ready? Eyes closed, ready for takeoff? Thank you. Dr. Wayne Dyer. If prayer is you talking to God, then intuition is God talking to you. Just breathe that in. This is from Neil Donald Walsh. Built into you is an internal guidance system that shows you a way home. All you need to do is heed the voice and take a deep breath in and own it. Thank you. Next one. Albert Einstein. The intellect has little to do on the road to discovery. There comes a leap in consciousness. Call it intuition or whatever you will, and the solution comes to you, and you don't know why or how. You don't know why or how. And the last one, taking a deep breath in. There are two great days in a person's life. The day that you are born and the day you discover why. And relax and open your eyes. Some of you really resonated with that last one. And so once again, use your note paper. When stuff comes up, capture it, because believe me, there are enough guides and angels and spirits in this room today that everyone is being worked with from your higher spiritual sources for you to move forward with your soul purpose. Okay, you ready for some tips or some techniques kind of thing? Is everybody up for that? Okay. So again, because we've got healers in this room and some intuitives in this room, some of this is going to be like old hat for you, and some of it's going to be really new and wonderful. So my request for the healers and the teachers in this room is, please listen with that cup half empty, because there's something here for you, and I honor your path very much. Okay. So the first place we're going to go is a little bit of heaven. Then we're going to go to earth. We're going to go to heaven first, then we're going to go to earth. With regards to the first step, this is the 5 steps to amp up your intuition and mission to have business success faster. That's the overall energy of this talk today. The first one is to ground and claim your light as a light leader. Ground and claim your light as a light leader. That's step number 1. So who here does not know how to ground, what it means? Okay, thank you. So grounding is simply a technique that you use with your imagination, but the thing is that psychic intuitive information comes to all of us through our imagination. So when a person is concerned that, oh, it's just my imagination, no. Your imagination is the portal through which your intuitive psychic and your guides and your angels and your higher self speak to you. So there ain't no such thing as, oh, it's just my imagination. A lot of people don't know that. So we teachers have to go out and help people know that that is the portal between the worlds, between the higher worlds and our physical world. So grounding, using your imagination, there are lots of ways of doing it. The most popular one, and I'm sure the ladies here will agree, is to imagine that there is a cylinder of light. I like to teach it where it's the width of your hips all the way around. Do you guys teach it this way? Yeah. And it attaches at the base of your spine and goes deep into the earth. And it acts as a dumpster, as a garbage chute, as a way in which you can reject and eject and push out of your energy field that which you do not want. Now, that could be energies that you take in from the outer world, as well as energies that you created yourself, that you know is keeping you off your game. And so you just simply send it down into the earth. That's the first part of step number one. The second part of step number one is claim your light. Now what that means is for you to claim, when you wake up in the morning, I do it when I'm still lying in bed and I just wake up, I say hello to my guides and my angels and my higher self, and I state my intention for this lifetime. My intention for this lifetime is to be financially free and have radiant health at my ideal weight. We're getting there, but you know, I'm on the way. At my ideal weight, where I am a formidable contribution to humanity for both humans and other species and the environment. That is why I'm here in this lifetime. That's it right there. I have claimed my light to create. So when you wake up in the morning and you know you've got your to-do list and you know that there are things that are not quite the way you want them to be, you claim your light as a creator to go and do whatever it takes. Study, release, add on, don't do this, yes, do that, so that your light can expand in your world. That's what I mean by step number one, ground, so that you're here, and claim your light. You like that one? Okay, ready for number two? Okay. Number two is to release all that is off purpose. Now, that takes a power of self-love to do that, because especially if it's family of origin or whatever, you know, people who are really close to you, it's sometimes hard to give ourselves permission to take certain steps, have those hard conversations. However, times have changed. We are needed. Our light is needed. Our truth is needed. Our fire to have the caliber and the quality of life that we deserve is needed. Therefore, somewhere inside of you is a power that says, I will do whatever it takes to have the life that I want and deserve. I will find my way. I will hurt no one unless that person must be hurt because of their soul purpose path. That's tricky right there. So think about that. If you need to let go of a person, place, or thing, if you need to let go of a habit pattern, of a belief system, of a way that you treat yourself, then find a way, get the help you need. Know that it is calling you so that your light can shine as the light leader that you are. Does that make sense? Okay, everybody with me on that? All right, thank you. Number three, step number three is to develop your fast access to receive and recognize your intuition, your guidance, communication from your spirit guides, your soul, your angels. So, sure, it was a long sentence, so I'm glad you heard some of it. Step number three is to develop your fast access. That's really the core of number three, your fast access to receive your guidance. And your guidance is angels, intuition, etc. Now that's something that you can do. Obviously, I teach that sort of thing, and it takes a skill. You could also go on Amazon.com and buy every book you can on intuition, you know. But the key is fast, so that no matter what's going on in your outer world, you're home. You will receive. You know the truth, no matter what. Step number 4, be clear about your mission and your transformational impact. And that's why this handout, if you really sit with it and take it seriously, and you really think about the people that you think you're meant to serve, either professionally or just in your community, those questions are going to start pulling something out of you. And therefore, it is a mission-driven marketing formula, because it is coming from the depths of who you know you're meant to serve, not the group that's going to help you make the most money. No, no, no. That's always very important. However, but you mix that with who am I meant to serve. Make sense? Got that? Okay, number 5 is talk to your intuition and your spiritual source. Doesn't matter what religion you are. We all come from the same home. I'm sorry, I believe that. Talk to your intuition every day with gratitude. Just imagine that your soul is there with you right now, and give thanks for who and what your soul has made you and who and what your soul is guiding you to do. So those are the 5 steps. I've gotten the high sign that I have 2 minutes left. Is that right? Oh my God. So I think in the 2 minutes I want to say what this power hour could be for any of you. But again, I know that some of you are already very seasoned and are already brilliant lights in the world. Just think about what a next step might be and who would help you get there faster. Just think about what's going well, but there's still something missing, or you just want to learn something new. Who knows what I'm going to be channeled to share with you. So normally an hour with me is $500. Here it's $97. There you have it. So I don't think I have anything else in particular to share other than the fact that now is the time. Now is the time for you to want what you want and act as if you really want it. And now is the time for you to do whatever it takes, summon up whatever urges of courage and clarity that you need, because you are needed. Your light is needed. We are living in very, very, very historic times. And I love you. Who wants to ask me a question? Please do. Okay, I'll ask you a question then. I'm from New York. So what would you say is the one thing that you know you bring to the world that is of your God source? Just throw it out. Kindness. Kindness. Beautiful. Who else? Who is that? You. Louder. Oh, yeah.
A willingness to help. I'm a servant.
Willingness to help. I'm a servant. Yeah, beautiful. And Luana is a cheerleader, a God-sourced cheerleader. Yes, beautiful. Connection. What does that mean to you?
Always. I like to connect people, connect with people.
So your God work is to connect people. For what purpose? So that okay. Yes. So you listen to serve, to connect, and to serve. Beautiful. Who else? Come on. Yes. Thank you, Jim. Okay, slowly, because I want to get it for the video. That's okay. Beautiful. I'm going to paraphrase for the video, and please correct me if I need to. So you feel that your work is to help people awaken to their divinity so that they can, yes, so that they can impact those that they are meant to who are around them, whose lives they touch. And the core with you is the divinity that lies within. Yes? Right, of course. Who else? Your gift, your light to your world. The work that you do is to help people heal themselves so that they're able to bring what they came here to do out into the world. Is that a respectful paraphrase?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Who else? I really sincerely would like to know, in your words, what is the light that you bring to your world? How is it manifested? You're the only two left, so I am totally picking on you. Yeah. And what she said was to love all the sentient beings on the planet, to love the planet, to love our environment, to wake up to the fact that we are all living beings that deserve to be here and to thrive. I'm adding a lot more to it. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Cheryl, you want to? Yes. I understand now what Cheryl said. Cheryl is a Reiki master along with other skills, as am I, so I understand. That she knows she has to work on herself in order for her to be the servant, to be the channel, to be the healer to others, and that right now you're going through a big piece, yes? The biggest ever. And you know that what's on the other side is going to be pure magic and wonderful, and yes, yes. Well, I understand what you're saying because I am just now coming out of a 3-year period like that. That's why when you said I've never seen you around and I said I'm hiding, Marlise saw me for a nanosecond when I was a speaker, a short speaker on a panel a year or two ago, 2 years ago, I think. And so what you're saying, Cheryl, is very real in my world. And I'm saying this to you because if you know of people who need to take that time away to hunker down and go dive deep, you have the right to ask for guidance as to how to say it, to have them give themselves permission to heal the wounds, to heal what's out of soul alignment, and for them to find a new vision for themselves, and then to rally the forces within, the divine within, to meet that vision. A lot of people just do not know. That's why I say we're needed. They don't know what's happening to them. They don't know what to do about it. They don't know if they have a right because they're a mother, they're a father, they're a this, they're a that. Somehow, through the grace of God, they will find a way. And it may be really it might be really messy on one hand. It could also be very grace-filled. But the first thing is to love yourself enough to want to know what in the world is happening to me, and then to love yourself enough to find out what to do about it. And the people in this room know what I'm talking about. Anything else that you didn't ask me that I'm going to ask you? that you didn't want to ask me. I think I have another. I'll stay up here as long as you want. Yeah. Well, we can talk about that in your session because you're bringing up extraordinary points that is, in fact, the moral code. And especially when you're making a lot of money, you have a certain power that other people may not have. I'm not saying you do or you don't, but I'm just saying about money. The thing about a lot of money is that it's a lot of power. And you have to determine who you are at the core of your character, your moral code, your ethics code, your values code, so that as this power comes funneling into your life, you can wield it in a way that's in alignment with the person you want to be. So we'll talk about that more. So I really want everyone to do an hour with me. And the reason I do is because I know that next steps have this interesting gap. This gap is, I know what to do, I know I'll get to it, I know that it really should feel this way, or I know that if I do it this way, then that will happen, but can I handle the that once I do that thing? So there's this gap, and then there is this feeling of, did I take an opportunity when I had a chance? Was I weak to take an opportunity? Hell, she's a healer, I'm a healer. She's an intuitive, I'm an intuitive. Is that a sign of weakness? And my answer is no. I'm just giving you my 2 cents over here. My answer is no, because we all have gifts to see into each other, and I may see something, and I may say something in a way that is just right for you. So that's my invitation. I honor who you are, and I'd love to support in any way that I can. And I think that's it.